Hello everybody, this is Make It Better, and today we're doing What If Deku Was a Mutant Part 11. Sorry for the long wait, that's all I can say. Anyway, let's get into the video. Now, skipping over to the next scene, I believe it's in the bus scene. Basically, I forgot. Yeah. Zuko was standing up front in front of everybody, just signaling in everybody into the bus and telling them to take a seat. No sign of seating, so they can just sit anywhere they want. Momo, of course, being the very last one to make sure everybody got through. Now, after all of that, Zuko and Momo was suddenly sitting right next to each other. Not in the back, up front, right behind Aizawa. After a few minutes of off the campus and going on to the road to the mountains, Mina, well, of course, coming from wherever she was from, went right behind Zuko and asked if can she speak about the secret. Zuko gave her a nod and went back to his paperwork because he helps out with Aizawa's paperwork. And these are the annoying parts. And Mina speaks in a very high voice and tells everybody that Zuko and Momo have been dating for almost 2 weeks. And of course, all the shock, glares, and jealousy from the guys and girls looking at the little couple. Momo, of course, being very surprised but also embarrassed that Zuko will allow something like that. But she can't be mad about since she's dating him. Now Zuko does not mind any of this, and Mina, she wants to ask a bunch of questions about Zuko to Momo. And Momo was sadly taken away all the way to the back of the bus where most of the girls are at and had a girl talk. Now the guys, they move up to the front, kind of scared of Aizawa for obvious reasons, but kept asking a bunch of questions to Zuko about their relationship. Zuko was given very specific questions, and Zuko gave them blunt answers, and he just asked questions about it. Like, as one person said, this is. Now, Manila. He comes up and asks Zuko how far on the bases has he gone through? How many bases did he get to? Like 1, 2, 4, 8, and he just keeps going. And Zuko looks at him with a puzzling look. He said, we haven't gone to play baseball at all. Oh, what do you mean? And well, Manila did not understand that wasn't this stupid. He looked over to Momo and asked, and was about to go over, but a wall of girls basically made sure he did not pass through. So Manila was not able to get his answer. But Kaminari, after all of this, asked him if he ever kissed her. And Zuko said, no, it's been 2 weeks. I'm not planning on something like that anytime soon. And Kaminari said, really? You're not even going to kiss her on her forehead, cheeks, neck, waist? As he goes a little more detail, and Zuko said, no, I have it all planned out. You don't need to know any of that. And Ira, of course, try and make sure that they are not breaking any rules. And Zuko points out, he pulled out the book of the rules in UA and points out all the points that Ira is saying about what they're not allowed to do. And Zuko also pointed out one point on any relationships that's ever gonna happen or will happen in the school must be directly told to Principal Nezu. And well, Zuko of course explained that he did, which Ila was very surprised that someone had read through the whole book, and also surprised that he did not remember that one rule. Mostly because we sent, mostly because Zuku wrote that one down and gave it to Nezu and printed it out on that very year, just for some smaller details. That will be in a later time. Now, after all of that, and everybody finally got all their questioning done, they the girls push Momo back to her boyfriend, and they keep saying boyfriend, boyfriend, honey, sweetie, all that other stuff, all the cute names, because of course it's the first couple. The guys, of course, back off, but they enjoy the whole scene of what's going on. Momo, of course, is kind of was very exhausted throughout this whole time, and so worn out she didn't mind to think. She didn't really think about what she did next. She just kind of looked at Zuko with tired eyes, and Zuko looked at her and just asked her in a quiet whisper voice if she needs to sleep, just sleep on my shoulder. We're almost there, and I will wake you up. Which Momo appreciates and took the chance. And she fell asleep on his shoulder as he was working on some paperwork. The girls, of course, loving this whole scenery, took some pictures. And the guys, of course, are commenting and saying all the other stuff on encourage Zuko to do more, which Zuko ignored all of that. Now moving on to the next scene of going on the cliff. Everybody was told to get off, and in file in a Aizawa told them all to get off, so they did. But Zuko was the last one, and he was trying to wake up Momo, and as it was not working, and most of the time she was just mumbling that she doesn't want to wake up. It's too early. She doesn't want to go to school, and Zuko kind of smiled at this for the first time, and he remembered a scene of these two couples, this one couple doing this exact part, and decided to do it. So he moved a couple of her hair, her bangs, away of her face, and that part immediately woke her up. She grabbed on, well, moved her hand onto her forehead and looked at Zuko with a puzzling look. And Zuko, without hesitating, saying, "Yeah, we need to get off. Everybody's already off." As Momo looks around and said, "Okay, okay," and walks up, kind of run away. And she's just thinking to herself, "Did he really do that? Did he really do that?" And she kind of feels it, and is really praying that he really did something like that. And throughout this whole time, the pussycats came by, explained themselves, and where they have to go. And Zuko, of course, whispered onto her ear on telling her to run, which Momo did not understand, but whatever he says, she does. So she started running, and she ran towards the bus, and she was so close, just close enough where the landslide happened. She was on the edge, and she was about to fall, but Zuko grabbed her with her hand, pulled her in closely, and put his arms around her to keep her from falling. After everybody else fell in, complained, and all of that, Zuko asked Momo if she's okay, and she said yes, with a blush on her face. As her eyes looked deeply into his, and he does to her, they got really interrupted when somebody pushed them off the cliff. Zuko felt it, he turned back, and gave a glare at Aizawa with his stupid grin as Zuko and Momo was falling. When they were falling, Zuko pulled out his wings and, made a slight a small cushion for Momo not to hurt herself. Zuku, of course, making sure she's safe and okay, and then checking everybody else, he looks up to Aizawa and asks him what was that for. And Aizawa just says, it was funny, right? And Zuko got a little pissed by that. And he just says to him, in front of everybody, you will pay for this. This I swear. Which Aizawa did not care, but he does tell him, I'll be expecting my coffee when you get back. And Zuko said, no, I'm not making coffee for something what you just did to me. And Aizawa said, oh, well, I guess I was about to give you the compass. I guess I had to keep it, as he put it back into his pocket, walks away, and drives off. Zuko, now looking at his friends, his classmates, said, so everybody got the plan, right? And, well, they do, but as one of them was about to complain, the monster came out, attacked Mineta, because, well, Mineta, and as he was flying, some kind of sparkle of rain came as he was going, hit to a wall, and a wet spot came onto his path. Nobody really acknowledged this, but they did acknowledge the beast. Everybody took their time, well, using their quirks, hesitating, but Zuko telling everybody orders on how to defeat them. Basically, their head or their legs, or even their wings. And Zuko basically tells the long range to be in the back and do their long range attack, as close range team up with the best partner that be best for their quirks, and they will transition by A, B, C, or D groups. Zuko, of course, being one of these, that's backup for both of them, long range and short range. So they're fighting against everybody, all of those monsters, and Zuko finally tells them all to avoid the ones that are out of the way. Just go straight. We only have a 3-hour time limit. As he tell everybody to run. As they were running, Momo was of course going further up ahead until she realized that Zuko was not running with them. She turned back, as well as some other people of the other classmates turned back and looked where Zuko is. And Zuko's taking on 3 of the beasts that was going after them. After he took them 2, he turns back and tells them to run. I do not want to miss dinner because of you guys. As he turns back, striking another one through their face and making them disappear instantly. And they basically started running, as one person was running next to Momo and saying, you have really picked a good one. You picked the strongest person, the strongest student in our class. You're so lucky. Which of course gave her a blush, but Sarah just kept running. Yep. After they almost made it to the edge of the forest, Zuko, of course, caught up, and everybody felt bad, but Zuko told them to watch out as the bird was coming in. It made an indent, but it attacked Shota and the Sugarman and Kirishima. Kirishima, of course, hardening and survived, but for Sugarman, he was greatly injured and actually passed out. Zuko took care of him, got him out, and tried to check if he was okay. He did not break any bones, but he did get hurt quite a bit. And he tells everybody to focus on that beast, and after that, we're home free. As that was going on, they passed 4 hours. They made it into the main area.